Take a deep breath in. As you breathe in a resourceful feeling of calm and relaxation. And as you exhale, just feel that any and all tension around your eyelids and eyes are just releasing and relaxing. And notice that with your eyes closed, you can position your body in a way that enables you to get even more comfortable and pay even more attention to the sound of my voice. And when you breathe in longer and deeper than you normally would. Feel that resourceful feeling. And when you exhale, breathe out for longer, really emptying those lungs, activating the diaphragm to enable an even deeper breath as you breathe in. The deeper you breathe, the deeper relaxed you become. And the deeper relaxed you become, the more the brainwaves shift from alpha to beta on their way to that theta frequency. A frequency of supercharged imagination. So as you breathe in and breathe out, I want you to use the power of your imagination to imagine an old, dirty, crowded prison. I want you to imagine being located in a cell, an isolated cell for one person, one bed, one smelly toilet in the corner. And I want you to imagine, get a sense that you've been in this prison cell for a long time. This cell is bleak. This cell is limited, restricted. So many things you can't do while in this prison cell. You don't feel safe. And I want you to get a sense that perhaps this is a punishment, a consequence. And just imagine that bed there in that dirty old prison cell. Imagine lying on that bed, positioning your body in a way where you can feel comfortable. And very soon I'm going to count downwards from 10 to 1, and I want you to imagine how you would feel to drift off into a dreamlike sleep there on that bed in that prison cell. 10, just releasing any tension around the eyes. Breathing in, breathing out. 9, now focusing on your forehead. Releasing any tension just there in your forehead. Just release that tension. 8, just loosening and relaxing all the muscles in the jaw. That's it. And as you yawn, feel that you're releasing tension. 8, feeling a wonderful feeling of relaxation going down into your neck. Neck feeling loose and relaxed. And then 7 into your shoulders, melting away tension. And then 6, your arms all the way down to your fingers, just feeling so limp and loose. And then 5, as you breathe in, just imagine all of your internal organs at exactly the same time are releasing tension, feeling relaxed. And you can breathe in and breathe out deeper than before. Not from your chest, but deep down from your diaphragm. That's it. The deeper you breathe, the deeper relaxed you become, and then 4 into the gut, releasing any anxiety. That's it. And then 3 going down into your legs feeling limp and loose and heavy, so relaxed. Arms and legs, so relaxed. And then 2 down there into your calf muscles, and 1 into your feet. And just decide to make your toes, your fingertips, your ears, your neck, your shoulders, every part of your body relaxed as you imagine drifting off into a dream-like sleep. And in this dream, you're going back to a crime, not a real crime, but a judgment and evaluation of a crime. I want you to go back and witness what happened at a specific time in your life where things seemed to go wrong. And I want you to observe this moment with all your knowledge, understanding of the world, all of your wisdom now, and just observe that moment. Almost like you're an invisible entity able to just watch and observe. At the time an evaluation was made that you did something wrong, and this psychological prison is your punishment. But I want you to consider this as collecting new evidence. What actually happened all the way back then? And I want you to observe there was no wrongdoing. The only wrong that occurred was an evaluation of what happened, not what actually happened. And as you observe that memory with new perspective, fresh eyes, I want you to get a sense. Maybe you were nervous in uncomfortable situations, but I want you to get a sense that all that happened was a reaction from the beliefs, evaluations and thoughts you had from your childhood up to that moment. I want you to imagine seeing that version of you not long after that life-changing event happened. You're no longer invisible. And I want you to ask that younger version of you what they thought was wrong, bad, or disgusting, and just listen. It's like you have a portal back in time to understand what you felt in that moment. And I want you to give them your evaluation now of what happened, enabling your past and your present to give an entirely new evaluation of that moment. And if the evaluation has changed, if the evaluation is now not that you did something wrong and need to be punished, but you just had an experience that you were able to learn from, let me know by nodding your head. And had you made that evaluation back then, you would have learned from it. Maybe doing certain things differently, but not feeling shame or guilt or a need to be punished. In fact, what I'd like you to do with all of your knowledge now, imagine what you would do if you were to relive that same moment again. Just rewind it in your mind, but now take a first-person perspective and relive the same experience the way that you would do, knowing what you now know. Maybe you would say different things, do different things. I want you to get a sense that just because you would do something different doesn't mean what you did originally was wrong. I want you to get a sense that you would do something different because you're wiser now, more experienced now. And if you get a sense that you've got all the wisdom from that moment, but now none of the guilt, none of the shame, none of the disgust, let me know by nodding your head. And now it's time to return back to that prison cell, and just imagine now that you've been told that all this time spent in this psychological prison was for a crime you never committed. That within the next few days you're going to have complete freedom. But you only get the freedom if you're going to do something good with that freedom. To live a meaningful, courageous, worthy life. A life where you do the things, not just think about the things. A life where you believe in yourself, take chances, make decisions, do the things. So just imagine lying on that prison bed, thinking that perhaps you're just hours or days away from an entirely new life. As you open your mind to what that now means for you and your future. Because you are now free from the psychological prison of the past. Feel liberated from a punishment you never deserved. The past and all this pain and unhappiness was not punishment. It was a miscarriage of justice. And you can now release any lingering feelings of guilt or shame. You now live your life free from the constraints of a crime you didn't commit, embracing your true self. Emotionally, physically, and psychologically, you now feel a profound sense of freedom and relief. And in doing so, you are empowered to shape your future, knowing that you are no longer held back by your past. I want you to feel that optimal physical health and a physique you can be proud of is within your reach, and you are free to pursue it with confidence and enthusiasm. Nothing holds you to this part of the world, and you can choose to live anywhere in the world, free to explore and enjoy new experiences. Imagine walking with confidence certainty, fully aware of your worth and potential. Feel that you are released from the need for external validation or approval, instead finding strength and confidence within yourself. You are worthy, you are valuable, you deserve happiness. Taking calculated, educated risks very quickly comes naturally to you. Knowing and believing that they can lead to magnificent rewards. And you can feel confident and worthy in dating and relationships. Not because you need to, just knowing that you can if you ever choose to. Having the ability to attract highly desirable partners effortlessly. From this point on, your happiness is not dependent on others. This newfound freedom gives you a sense of feeling complete and fulfilled entirely on your own. And imagine a future where you're living near the ocean. Feel how that brings you peace and joy. Every time you see the ocean, it reminds you of your freedom and possibilities. But also the nature of time. Every time a tide comes in and out, whatever is on the sand is washed away. Your past is washed away. Every day is a new page. Every major decision is a new chapter. And you can learn from the past without being chained to it. Because you are responsible for the positive changes in your life, celebrating your accomplishments with pride. You can embrace the new quality of life you've created, knowing that you did it. The burdens of the past are now lifted, and you move forward with a light and joyful heart. It will be impossible not to notice how every day you feel more liberated, more empowered, and more capable of achieving your dreams, no one else's. This is your life to pursue what you desire. So imagine leaving that prison, leaving the gates of that old prison that you've spent way too long, feeling that sense of liberation, freedom, empowered by choices, and feel light as you leave that prison, no longer carrying the weight of past injustices, no regrets, because that keeps you in the past. Just treating every day as a gift to celebrate your freedom and choices, because you are now free to create a vibrant and fulfilling future. And the further you get from that prison, notice how confidence and self-assurance flow through you to every part of your body, guiding you toward a life of freedom and joy, and deciding that your past may shape you but does not define you. You are now free to live the life you truly desire, embracing every moment with gratitude and enthusiasm. Imagine drifting months, even years into the future, getting a glimpse of what life has now in store for you. Making the most of this new found freedom. Hold that compelling vision of your future in mind as you return to the present, feeling free of the past. All previous injustices are now wiped clean. Everything can start anew. Take a deep breath in through your nose and out through your nose. Just wiggle your fingers and wiggle your toes, connect fully into the present moment. As now, I count from 1 to 10 to awaken you. You will awaken feeling free, confident, enthusiastic and optimistic for the future you will create. Starting to count. 1, 2, 3, waking up. 4, 5, 6, more alert. 7, 8, open your eyes, open your eyes. 9, 10, wide awake, wide awake, wide awake.